All right, folks. That was a nice one. That was a really nice one for us. Good grief. What a great game. Very pleased. What up, Stingray? Yeah, that was a heck of a victory. Very pleased. Slim, yeah, I couldn't be more pleased with that one. That one was awesome. Awesome. I know y'all have got to be fired up. I know I am. Good grief. Let's see here. What do we got in here? There's Bud. There's Bud. Let's see. Yeah, I know we got a ball game coming up, and I'm sure y'all enjoyed that last night. We're going to take a look at some of the numbers from this basketball game. That was a great win. Flat out was. Man, we'll be playing. Well, we'll see that here in a second. Let's see. I'll let a few people get in here as we get going. Let's see. Let's take a look at some of the numbers and see where we're at. That was, man. Great victory. That's a heck of a nice win right there, folks. Let's take a look at some of these numbers here. Tennessee, of course, winning by 5, but they, let's see, field goal percentage, both were about 42%. Three-point line was about the same. It was the free throws that killed Auburn. They were 13 for 22. We were 25 for 27, which is great, 92%. And Broom really struggled from the free throw line. You could tell it was really affecting his game there at the end. He was very stressed out by it, which I can understand. That's like missing a lot of it's like missing short putts. When you're not making your free throws as a basketball player, it really gets in your head and kind of drives you nuts. I don't know if I'd rather play. I'd probably rather play Bama, but either one's fine. Either one. We played what, Alabama 1-1, I believe, this year, and then we won one game against Florida and lost one. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn on this one. I'm glad we won because beating Auburn's great. Who knows? You know, I know they never take a conference tournament into account. They usually go ahead and do all their figuring as far as brackets ahead of time because they don't want to have to do work on Sunday, especially at the last minute. So I don't know if we can move up to a 1 or not. You would think we certainly would, especially if we win tomorrow. Let's say we beat Florida or we beat Bama. I don't see how they could put Florida in front of us if we beat them tomorrow. We do have beaten them twice. But here's the thing, if we do beat Florida, let's say it's Florida and we beat them tomorrow and they put them as a 1 and us as a 2, I don't ever want anybody to talk about winning the SEC tournament is important anymore if that happens because we'll have beaten 2 of the top teams. And we're right on the verge of a 1 anyway. So pretty sweet. Let's enjoy this one.
Well, you just never know when another beast might come down out of the forest. You understand, don't you, Thumb Lou? This is what we call the deadly game. I'm in it for keeps.
You got to enjoy the wins, folks. You just have to. And I was a little concerned there at the end. We couldn't get the dadgum ball in. God, that drove me crazy. I tell you the thing about Bruce Pearl. His teams are great on those inbounds plays. I mean, they're fantastic at them. They just kill you with it. Let's take a look at some more numbers here while we're at it. Let's see who scored all the points. I know our guy Ziegler had a great game. He scored 20 points. Lanier was hot, and then he got cold. He was hot as firecracker on the front end. Gainey, I'm going to tell you something. Gainey is an unsung hero. 15 points, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Ziegler, 9 for 9 from the free throw line. He'll miss a couple, so that was great. This Broom, see, he scored his points, but I'm telling you, those free throws killed him. It doesn't show what he did from the free throw. Let me see what he did. Yeah, 5 for 12. That's the killer right there. He cost him a lot of points right there. Because the rest of the guys hit their free throws for the most part. It was just him. It was Johnny Broom. Johnny can't hit a free throw. That's what cost him the game. if he hits his free throws, they probably go to overtime anyway. So let's see what y'all are saying about this. Let's see. Beating Bam in the that would be sweet. Either team I'm fine with. And then right after that, they do the brackets for the NCAA dance. Oh, I brought out a nice clip for you folks. So I'm gonna play for you. Y'all been asking for this one a lot, so I figured I'd give you another deal on this.
Can't wait for Tennessee to lose in football next year because that's what they do every year. And they won't win this either. So screw them. Who cares?
You sure about that?
Don't care.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, screw Tennessee.
I always think of that every time we play baseball. And they won't win this either. And we got a ball. We're playing Florida now, so I'm going to be going to that here in a minute. But I wanted to come out here and enjoy this with you folks for a few minutes. What a great win, beating Auburn, number 1 team in the country. We almost beat them down at Auburn. We match up good with them for some reason. You know, that happens in basketball. You just some teams match up well and some don't. Oh yeah, the refs at the end tried to give them the game because they kept giving them the ball and they had to keep reversing it. Fortunately, in the last 2 minutes, they can do that a lot. Otherwise, we probably lose that ball game because there was 2 different times they tried to give them the ball. So, pretty sweet. But enjoy the victory. Like I said, I was just going to pop on here for a few minutes and enjoy the game with you. And baseball, let me see I don't even know what's going on with the baseball. I think they're starting right now. We're playing Florida. So we beat them yesterday. And I tell you, that play at second base, that was a huge play because they had tied the ball game. And that knucklehead ran down to the second baseline and he went inside the baseline and tried to interfere with our guy that was throwing it to first. He didn't even need to do that because we couldn't have thrown the guy out at first anyway. And they're real sensitive about that these days, about running into players. They don't like it. And I know it was a chintzy play and it was close call, but it really wasn't a close call. The guy clearly went to the inside and tried to take out the guy's legs, and they're not going to put up with that. They just won't. And it cost them a run and an out. So, you know, they had tied it 4-4. They get another hit, they go ahead. But instead, the knucklehead went inside the baseline and tried to take out our guy. You can't do that. You can't interfere with the guy throwing from the second base unless it's part of the play. Now, if you're running straight into it and doing a normal slide and it messes up the guy, that's fine. But you cannot go to the left or go to the right or put your feet up into the guy. They're going to call that every single time. They hate that. And if you noticed on the first base pad, a lot of y'all are probably seeing what's that little green thing next to it? It's so when a guy is having a really close call with like the pitcher and they're both running at the same time, you can hit that green part of the base and you're still safe. That way you don't step on each other's feet, break somebody's ankle. That's all what that's for. So anyway, in case y'all were wondering what that little green thing is to the beside the first base pad, that's what that is, which I think is really, they should have had that for years. But anyway, what a great win. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. I'm a little torn. I don't know if it's best for us to win these games. NCAA, a lot of people think you should rest and not be tired going into it. But dang, it's hard not to try to win. Auburn was trying to win. I can promise you that. They were trying to win. And they're a tough team. Those inbounds plays drove me nuts. That is so Bruce Pearl. He is the master of keeping you from throwing the damn ball in. Amazing. Anyway, we'll see how today's game goes with the baseball, but it should be fantastic. I saw the crowd. It was a huge crowd last night, and I watched it on YouTube, which I don't think it was supposed to be on YouTube, but I watched it. And I think it's on it's on the SEC Network, I think, today on TV, both games this weekend. And they're playing it early, 3:30 instead of like 7 because of weather. I think they've got a break in the weather, and that's why they're playing this baseball game early this afternoon. Yeah, move the game to 3:30 because of all this weather. So, Tin Cup. I've seen your name many a time, my man. The Cup Meister. Let's see here. I think you may be right. I thought it's supposed to be on SEC Network. Now, if they moved it early, maybe it's not. But my understanding was it's supposed to be on TV, both games. And I think it was, as I recall, I'm just going by memory, that it was the SEC Network. So we'll see how it rolls out. But, crap, it's great on YouTube too. It's good coverage. It's just usually somebody's doing it that's probably not supposed to. Anyway, say it's not on Uverse. I swear I thought it was, like I said, maybe there was something already predetermined and they had to move it. And you're watching it on an app. Okay. I don't have my phone with me. I came up here in a hurry. Or I'd look and see, because I can pull up Hulu on my phone. But yeah, I'm a nerd. I can't help it. Could be SEC Plus. You may be, since they moved it. Yeah, Jimmy, you may be right. You may be right. All right, folks. Let me end this. Let me give y'all something fun to end it with. Something fun. Let's see here. Let's see. Well, we got baseball. Well,
Roadhouse.
All right, folks. I'm gonna head on out. I want to watch the baseball game. Y'all watch the baseball game too. Just thought we'd enjoy this. I'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.